Hey everyone, Jo here. Today let's talk about how to set up your small business to be financially healthy, but from the viewpoint of dealing with your money mindset. Now you can do this whether you're just starting out, heading towards six figures or seven figures. It doesn't matter where you're at. The sooner you start to do all this work, the better it is, the easier life becomes in terms of being financially healthy. Now, this is a 5-part series, and by the end of the series, you'll know what areas that you need to work on in order to get your business finances in order and ensure that you are in control of your money and not having your money control you. So in part one, we talked about bank accounts and that you should have a separate bank account for your business so that you can start treating your business like a business and not as a hobby. Today, we're talking about money mindset, and in later sessions, we'll be discussing dealing with cash flow fluctuations, paying yourself as an employee, no matter what your actual legal status is, and ensuring that you keep your emphasis on that holy grail of generating and keeping as much profit as possible. So money mindset. Let's just quickly think about what it is before we get started. In its term that's often used, and it's often used to encompass work around removing money blocks and limiting beliefs. But it's so much more than that. It's about a whole host of things, such as forming good habits, developing strategies, and understanding and amending, if you need to, your behaviours around money. So all the things that I'm talking about in this series, the other 4 episodes, they're more practical advice and more practical tips, but they still help with improving your money mindset. Often it's said that it's 80% mindset, 20% practical, and I often say that as well. But the thing is that 20% practical money elements impact so much on your money mindset. So the things like forming habits is a money mindset issue, but it's practical elements in there that you need to be doing to actually forming the habits. So the two things are really combined. You can't do the practical without the mindset, and the mindset, well, you can't do it without the practical. So you need to get all areas covered. But there's also beliefs. There is beliefs around money and how you deal with your business finances. That part of money mindset can't be ignored as well, because often people are saying things to themselves that are holding them back. Sometimes they're things that aren't even true, or if they are true, they're kind of being used as an excuse, but not really something that, if you break it down and work with somebody quite quickly or do it yourself quite quickly, break it down, you'll realize that it shouldn't be holding you back. One of the things that I see a lot of people saying to themselves is something like, I'm not good with numbers, I'm not good with maths. I do hear that a lot, and that's people's excuse for not dealing with all of this money situation. The thing is, to deal with money, you don't need to be good at maths. Yes, you may need to use a calculator, so there's a little bit of technology there, very basic technology, but that's it. Having spreadsheets, using accountancy packages, things like that can be left to somebody who likes doing that kind of work. You can employ somebody to do all that side of it. You still need to know what those numbers are telling you without having to deal with the practical elements of putting the numbers together. So don't let this notion that you aren't good with maths, but don't let it be an excuse. You're in business to make a profit, therefore you need to deal with money. And you need to have some basic maths knowledge to be able to deal with money. You need to be able to add things together and know when figures are dropping or getting higher and how they link to the activities that you've been undertaking in your business. You don't need to be very good at maths to be able to do that. Like I said, if you can just use a calculator, then that is all you need. You don't need anything beyond that, really. Use an accountant, use a bookkeeper, let them do the legwork in preparing all the data and keeping you up to date, because you need to be kept up to date so that you meet your legal commitments, with regards to taxes, and maybe if you've got an incorporated business, you've got other filing obligations as well, but they can keep you on the straight and narrow in those concerns. But in relation to your actual money and dealing with your money, then you're the one that needs to be in control. So you need to be able to look at those numbers and understand what they're telling you, what's behind them. So you don't need to be good at maths to be able to look at the actual numbers. You just need to handle the money. And handling the money means you need to really watch yourself on what you're saying. Watch out for what you're saying to yourself, so that you know, if you don't think you're good at numbers or that you're good at maths, you're not actually using it as an excuse for holding you back, because you need to handle that money if it's coming to you anyway. And you can do that, like I said, without being good at maths or numbers. And you just need to recognize that this is just an excuse, because you don't, like I said, I've kept saying it 3 or 4 times now already, you don't need to be good at numbers. In fact, you don't even have to like them that much. But you do need to look at them, and over time you'll start to understand them more. It's like any new skill. None of us are very good when we're starting out, but the more that we do something, the more that we look at something, the more that we practice with something, the more we get skilled and understand what's going on. It's the same when you're looking at your business numbers. Now, another money block that I see very often is I won't be able to handle things if my business gets bigger. Yes, things will get more complicated the bigger your business becomes. Well, that is often true. There are some more tax issues. Maybe you're going from a simple sole trader structure to a corporate structure, but you can get somebody to help you with that. Maybe you've gotten to a level where you need to register for sales tax in your area. And these are all areas where you just need to know the basics. The complicated stuff gets handled by a professional who has the right qualifications. And you know what? Just let them do it. They love doing this stuff. This is what they're trained in. They like doing this. So just let them do it. It is definitely worth the money from a money mindset and practical point of view to just be able to hand all this over to somebody else. Yes, it's still your responsibility. You are the business owner after all, but you can appoint somebody to tell you when you need to do something, when you need to look at something, what do you need to do next? And you can have somebody to do that. So that is a good practical solution. It's to hire an accountant as soon as you can, just so they can tell you what to watch out for and make sure that you are kept up to date. And then you'll soon realize that you can handle things when things get more complicated, because you're just taking it one step at a time, and you have somebody that is guiding you along the way and telling you that there's a step up that's about to come into your path. So you don't have to look out for these things yourself. Now, there are, of course, many other blocks that hold people back in their business, and the key is to uncover them, become aware of them, exactly how they're showing up for you, and then deal with them. Quite simply, if you don't deal with them, they just become an excuse for you not to do something. I see loads of people say, oh, I can't do that. Oh, it must be an abundance block. Oh, I've got a money block on that. Well, if you're going to allow it to be a block, then it will be a block. You can always do something about these mindset issues, these little blocks that you've got. They don't have to be something that is just like a 50-foot square block of concrete in front of you that you can't go around. You can actually do something about them. The thing is, you've got to want to do something about them. And it is so comfortable for people to be able to sit back in their business and hide behind these challenges, these blocks. The question is, do you want more money? Do you want more profits in your business? Do you want to head towards financial freedom with whatever that means for you? And if you do, then you do something about them. So instead of sitting there just blaming your money blocks, you need to invest a little money in yourself and hire somebody like a mindset coach to remove the blocks that you have, to help you uncover them in the first place, even if you aren't sure exactly what they are. Somebody who is qualified. For example, I'm a certified mindset coach. There are plenty others who work in this area, and we can work with your unconscious mind to remove any blocks that you have, but also we just help you discover what those blocks are if you aren't sure yourself. But there are other things that you can be doing yourself. Become aware of those blocks. Look how are they showing up for you in your business, And then you can use techniques such as EFT or listen to some hypnosis tapes that help your unconscious mind release these blocks so that you can move forward. But the key is you take action, you do something. And at the same time, taking control of your money and implementing a strategy to deal with your finances so that you're dealing with them without emotion will also go a long way to removing any of your blocks around your business finances and money. Because the more you are in control and the more you have an emotional free strategy to deal with your finances, the easier it becomes. And then some of these things like, I'm not good with maths, I can't handle all this complicated stuff in my business. Once you're actually doing it, once you're actually in control, once you're actually implementing, then those blocks fall by the wayside anyway, because you're actually doing the things that you need to do. So getting practical helps with your money mindset. So become aware of these potential blocks and work on removing them. Develop good money habits like checking your bank account each and every day and having a weekly money date to deal with your financial matters. These are all things that are going to help you. And if you are curious about how you really think about money, you could look into your money personality profile. This is looking at your money DNA in effect, and it will tell you so much about how you actually deal with money at the unconscious level. And then once you have this information, you can work out practical solutions to deal with your associated challenges. I personally, with my clients, I use the Sacred Money Archetypes. I'm a certified Sacred Money Archetypes coach, and there is a link to the Money Personality Quiz below this broadcast. Now, my clients tell me this is a game changer. A game changer is a word, two words actually, but it's a phrase that I hear often from clients. They tell me it is such a game changer in understanding how they think and naturally deal with money. They understand where all of these things are coming from when they're actually, it explains so much of how they've actually dealt with money, made financial decisions in the past. But this again is about taking control of how you deal with money. Again, helping you with your money mindset. And the Sacred Money Archetypes, it covers all money aspects. So it's how you deal with your personal finances and your business finances, because how we deal with money is the same no matter where the money is coming from. And actually how you deal with money is how you deal with a lot of things in life. So it is worth exploring this. Particularly, it helps you with how you actually deal with business. So that's it today for my brief introduction to dealing with money mindset in terms of your business finances. And in the next session, I'll be exploring how to manage fluctuating cash flow within your business. So if you do have any questions, then do let me know. But if not, until next time.